Shri Gurucharitra Chapter 31 Shri Gurudeva Datta Parabrahmani Namaha. The religion of chaste women. The ascetic got delighted very much with the prayer of that widowed woman. He advised her about the kind of religion and actions which a woman is supposed to pursue after the death of her husband. To cross over this mundane world and to get liberated from worldly ties, the advice given by that ascetic flows this way. O mother, for a wife, her husband is her supreme religion. It is of no use to practice hundreds of other religious regulations, charity, sacrificial rites, and observing vows by abandoning the path of service to her husband. The wife without husband is rendered impure and sidetracked. To that she prayed to him submissively thus: O Yogeshwar, you have narrated me the religion to be pursued by a chaste woman. What is the use of your advice to me when I am widowed? I fail to comprehend your advice. Somehow I am not convinced by your thoughts. It is not to my liking. I, being a widow, which kind of religion I am supposed to follow to cross over this earthly life? Kindly narrate to me that kind of religion. I am going to follow your advice verbatim. She was in tears. The Yogeshwar, in reply, suggested to her in the following words: Hey, virtuous woman, the widowed one, you have two religious options to adopt before you. The first, being the religion of a widow, means the religion of withdrawal, and the other one is the religion of accompanying the deceased husband to the funeral pyre. You may choose the religion of your choice, which you feel is appropriate for you. Then the widowed woman pleaded with tearful eyes before the Yogeshwar thus: Hey, the most virtuous yogi, I am confused about the option available to me. I am unable to opt for the most beneficial path to me. Therefore, you only have to suggest me a path which is most appropriate and suitable for me. Sri Narsimha Saraswati Guruji, addressing her, said, Hey mother, in Skanda Puran, there it is mentioned about the religion to be adopted by a woman. It speaks about the religion to be followed by a woman when her husband is alive, and the religion to be followed by a woman after the demise of her husband. Now, I am going to give an account of those two religions. Thus, Shri Guruji quoted an anecdote from Skanda Purana to highlight the greatness of chaste women's religion. Religion to be followed when husband is alive. For overall prosperity in the life for a woman, service and devotion to her husband is the best means to be adopted. A devoted chaste woman should never consume food before her husband consumes. She must always respect her husband. She should implement the principle Atithi Devo Bhava. She should never practice any charity or religion without the knowledge of her husband. She should realize and accept that her husband is the form of Sri Hari. She should go to bed only after her husband goes. She should maintain the house neatly and cleanly. She must arrange for her husband's bath and assist him while worshipping God. Never should she reject the views and words of her husband, become angry on him, and have a look at others. She should restrain from behaving against the wishes of her husband. She is supposed to be with him during all adversities and happy times. She should abstain from cultivating relationship with women with loose character. She must not stay separately by abandoning her own people. She should never abuse, condemn her husband, abandon him in any situation, whether in degraded or prosperous condition. She should wear the clothes of her husband's choice, should be gratified with the things brought by her husband, and consume that portion of the food left over by her husband, treating it to be sanctified food. She should never speak in a harsh tone or loudly in the presence of elderly people at home. For achieving her selfish ends, she must not abandon her in laws and stay separately with her husband. She must also not think ill about her husband. She should serve her husband thinking that he himself is eternal God to her. She should have a feeling that holy water of feet of her husband is more sacred than that of holy water of God and Guru. The women having all these attributes shall be considered as real chaste women. She should have a strong conviction that no other guru, religion, and sacred place is greater than her husband. If husband is gratified, naturally all gods get gratified. Just by having a look at a virtuous woman, the sinner turns into purified soul. Due to all these reasons, widowed life is considered to be more cumbersome. Therefore, it is advisable for a chaste woman to follow the other path, that is, accompanying her deceased husband blissfully to the funeral pyre. Shrutis declare that for a widow to accompany the deceased husband is the supreme religion. The life without husband is meaningless. The woman who accompanies her deceased husband is instrumental for elevation of ancestors of 42 generations. The woman who gets prepared to accompany her deceased husband earns the fruits of Ashwamedha Yaga for every step she lays down. Even the sinful husband finds a place in heaven due to the virtuous practice followed by his pious wife. This way, that Yogeshwar narrated the two types of religious practices to be pursued by a chaste woman in a convincing manner to that depressed chaste woman. All those who listen to this merit conferring Shri Gurucharitra get relieved from transmigration. Similarly, those who listen to the qualities of religion of chaste women get purified effortlessly. Here ends the 31st chapter in the most auspicious Shri Gurucharitra. Shri Gurudev Datta. Shri Guru Dattatreya Arpanamastu.